Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. John Kelly, Profiler here, and welcome. Welcome to our continuing series on the Golden State Killer, the beginning of the End series. And with that being said, I have to bring out our disclaimer. Our disclaimer is that everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Last week, as we were ending the video series, I reached out and I said, does anybody know or have any idea where Joseph DeAngelo was for the last 11 years? What kind of work did he do? He's got 3 kids and a wife. I'm sure he's got to work. Where was he? So we got a comment back from Sean Luby, and Sean says, you know what, if he got a job fixing trucks and as a truck mechanic, then he probably had to learn how to do that as an apprentice and working for maybe a smaller trucking concern, or even driving himself and learning how to fix trucks on his own. Very, very interesting. I mean, simple answer. How do you become a truck mechanic if you don't learn how to become a truck mechanic and train on truck engines, correct? Good for you, Sean. And thank you. Then the next thing we're looking at possible security guard. Could he have been a security guard? Many cops, when they leave the job for whatever reason, end up becoming security guards. Serial killers like to become security guards because it still gives them a certain amount of power control, and they have that dominant status, if you will, around the area or people who come in contact with them. Then we're thinking about how good of a shot this guy was. I mean, when you think about the Golden State Killer, what did he do extremely well? He killed people, is what he did extremely well. He was patient. He was disciplined. He was methodical. I mean, this guy was an extreme planner. He was very, very good with a gun. And you have to go right to the beginning and look at the behavior around the Snellings, Elizabeth Snelling, trying to get her out of the house. He can't get her out of the house. Her father, Claude, comes in, tries to intervene, does intervene. Elizabeth gets away, but on the move, in the action, the Rensselaer ransacker, who we think is the Golden State Killer, shoots and kills Claude Snelling. Then later on, in the ransacker case, we have a law enforcement man out there. He was a policeman or a detective, I'm not sure. He's out there on a stakeout, and he sees somebody peering in a window, and he's on a stakeout for the Rensselaer ransacker. He sees somebody peering in a window at a house that he's doing surveillance on. So he moves on the guy. So he pulls out his gun and his flashlight, shines the light on the Rensselaer ransacker, pulls out his gun, and tells him, hey, stop, hold it right there. Well, the Rensselaer ransacker, a.k.a. Golden State Killer, supposedly, throws up his hand and says, please don't shoot, I surrender. With that, this cop relaxes himself and gets ready to go over to make the collar. When he relaxes, the Rensselaer ransacker, Golden State Killer, pulls out a gun and shoots him. Hits his flashlight, knocks the light out that was shining on him, that the cop had shining on him. Now, he doesn't kill the cop, but the cop's shaken up. His light is all shot up, and he's lucky the light caught the bullet. Do I think the ransacker aimed at the light? No. I think he aimed at the cop, and, thank God for the cop. I think his name was McGowan. Was saved by the flashlight. Bottom line is, this guy's a good shot, along with being patient and methodical and being an extreme murderous planner. So then we have Kate and Brian Maggiore in Rancho Cordova. He runs them down because they got to look at him, I'm sure, without his mask on when he was looking in the window. He runs them down and on the run shoots and kills both of them. So obviously this guy's extremely good with a pistol. Now, is it possible he could have gone on and be some type of hitman? I mean, murder doesn't seem to bother him whatsoever. He seems to be an excellent shot. You know, he doesn't think twice about murdering somebody. He'll murder somebody in a heartbeat. So where was he for those 11 years? What was he doing? But I got to believe it had something to do with truck driving and driving trucks. I got to believe it had something to do with security. I got to believe it had something to do for maybe working for, some cartels or something. Like he was somewhere. He was somewhere, exhibiting his gifts of death, if you will. And then also, the other thing I have to bring out is there's this possibility of being involved in real estate because his wife was involved in real estate. So could he be involved somehow with real estate? And we know there was some real estate going on around some of the times of the murders, some real estate for sale, some homes were going to be sold, and there were people coming in and looking at the homes before they were sold. So the person, and it's thought Golden State Killer could have even been one of those people, come in and got to look at the layout before he moved on the victim. So anyway, this is where we're at. We have a lot of questions. We need more answers. And certainly the power, as you can see, is in the question. So if you guys have any ideas, if you have any questions, send them our way. Please send them our way. And something else we're thinking about doing, viewer's choice. And what I mean by that is you guys send us any cases that you've really liked over the years. Not that we've done any cases you've seen anywhere that are real whodunits, and you aren't sure of some things that have gone on in these cases, because pretty much we have libraries of cases that we've worked on, been involved in, and researched. And we would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So feel free. There's going to be some different segments that are going to be for you based on viewer's choice, because we've gotten some feedback from you here and there on various cases. So we think it's something you might be looking for answers to. So thank you so much for viewing this video. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend out there. And as always, stay safe. Thank you.